Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. My lovelies, my beauties, my royalties. Oh, take that deep breath. And just know, yeah, I still have videos that are out of order, but I'm almost caught up. Almost. And in great timing. But the sad thing, I don't know, it's just a lot. I mean, you guys already know about the breakup, yeah. But then family was in town, and that was interesting to say. Then let's just say, if you guys have family issues, I understand more than you know. And now diving back into disability life and the medical care and trying to get all of my medical records, and yeah, oh no, I did not give up on that. I'm just nervous and scared. I don't know. It's just so much of my past has now interfered. And I know this is everybody, but it's interfered with my future so much. Because with my breakup, part of the reason was my disability. Years ago, like when I wasn't diagnosed, and even prior to that, when I could still run and ride my bike, I mean, he broke up with me because I can't go bicycling with him. He broke up with me because of the things I won't be able to do, and it's out of my control. But he was too dumb to think about that because, yeah, he was too dumb to think about that from the beginning. I tried to let him know. And this is why, yeah, this episode, okay, get out that hot, boiling, scorching putty tea. Scorching putty tea. If you like it cold, hold the ice because the ice is a hot mess in these streets. Oh, go on, take a sip of it. Yeah. And check out my Patreon. I haven't really added too much, or there's so much on there. And I have so much more to add to it. But with the summer and getting ready for at least myself to enjoy part of my summer and to try to get my mind off and heal from the nightmare of the last 6 months. And if you haven't noticed, yeah, this episode's in August. I'm recording it in July. I meant for this month to celebrate Disability Month, but after finding out that a guy who lied to me saying that he loved me and buying me flowers and taking me out to dinner every single week and wanting to spend so much time with me and saying I was an amazing woman and like uplifting me and be like just all the things that I never got before. Most men put me down, but then I mean, at the end, he started putting my channel down and asking why I talk about certain things and some things so many times, but like advertising, just like politics. If you say it once, they forget. If you say it more than once, then they remember. And with so much of life, it's connected to so many things. It's not when people say they don't know. Sometimes they don't, but sometimes it's because of so many things that they don't know which one to point out. Even when people cheat and you ask why, sometimes it's complicated. Sometimes it's because they're just a no good, stupid, idiotic bastard. But sometimes it's because they didn't feel like they were enough for that other person. Like I've been cheated on so many, yeah, and or the man threatened to cheat on me if I didn't sleep with him, if I didn't lend him money or lend my car or buy him food. Like, yeah. So when it comes to, yeah, I understand. And this episode is a dating nightmare, but it relates to everybody because, well, I mean, it's disability and dating because Back to the breakup. I told him the truth on the first date about my disability. With every guy, if we make it to the phone, because sometimes we just message each other and then we never talk, and then it's just like, you didn't need to know. I'm not going to waste my time and tell somebody who wasn't that interested in me, or who just gave me their hotel number or address and told me to come by and chill, or told me that they were very lonely in their bed, or told me, like, especially over the last 2 months, do you know how many men just gave me an address? They didn't even say hello. Some said hello and then the address. At least that's a little bit more polite. But do you know how many have just given me an address and told me to come over and help them with their boredom, or keep them company, or heat up the sheets, or to show off my skills? And yeah, we're almost at 20. Almost at 20. And yeah, we're not at 2 full months yet. And this month I was planning on celebrating Disability Month. But like I was saying, so much is on my mind. But oh, he broke up with me because of my disability. And it hurt so much that I didn't have pride. I had to find some pride again with my disability. Because especially I was born with it, I can't help it. When men tell me, go get yourself fixed and then come back, or go get diagnosed and then come back, or God would not make a beautiful woman like you walk like that, so you just need to pray harder. Maybe you're possessed. Maybe you need anointed oil. Maybe you need to go to a different church. But this stupid idiot who's like, oh, I thought you were going to be too much of a Christian for me, or too church for me. Like, he, so I mean, maybe it was a blessing that he broke up with me, because once he told me the reasons, none of them make sense. Not one makes sense, because part of me, I'm just like, how many, like, other than shows, because, okay, oh, and on the Nerd Channel, it's last year I watched Devil May Cry, and oh, wait, I love that anime. And like, one of the guys that I ended up from the dating app talking on the phone, he said that I think he just watched season 2 or something, whatever. I'm like, what? I didn't even get the notification. So last night I rewatched season 1 to get myself prepared for season 2. And I watched half of the season 1, episode 1, but I'm like, no, 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 no. It's too late at night and I got some writing to do. And now my mind, and because especially now I feel like I need to rewatch season 1, because all of the details with Alice in Wonderland, and even with season 2, like when you see that monster in hell, he has that heart on his chest. But then, ooh, that cute little hottie of the main character, he's got the, like, his necklace is it's in the shape of a heart, so it's like the Queen of Hearts. And yeah, I mean, we already know, like, duh, he's the main character, of course. But I don't know, it's interesting. And even the rabbit and his heart, but then how toxic his heart was. It was for good reason, but he was still toxic. He was becoming the Mad Hatter in so many ways. But he was becoming mad because of trying to save his version of humanity, the creatures. But then, yeah, so, anyways, I'm going to talk about it in the other channel. But, and then, yeah, I watched Hades Town, the musical. Do you know, like, my bishop would be very disappointed in me. He would say, I need to go back to church. I need to pray. I'm not being a real Christian. It's like, so I don't know. To me, I just think it's idiotic. Yes, I do. I think it's idiotic with how he broke up with me. At the same time, with a lot of the men I broke up with and they broke up with me, it's because of them not opening up. I I started this channel because I wanted to open up, tell the truth. I wasn't allowed to talk about the physical and mental ABUSC that my mom put on me back in the day. I wasn't allowed to talk about the mistreatment in the doctor's office because even when I try to tell other people about the doctors and how when I asked for a medical doctor's note, if you already know about, yeah, especially when I was working the Instant Ink program at Office Max or whatever. Not Office Max. Was it Office Max? One of the office stores. I forgot which one now. It's like so much on my mind, but and they're closing a lot of them lately too. Anyway, it's when I have to deal with all of those things and then dating and employment with disability, being black, being a woman, I wasn't allowed to open up and be honest and be like just a free voice or freely spoken. But now I am, and I'm not scared to. And I'm not nervous to go into the details. But I'm finding out a lot of men are. Because even with Mr. Spider, he wouldn't say so many things. I try to start a conversations, but I keep thinking it just takes time. No, that's not the problem. Because with Mr. No Heart, 7 years, I waited freaking like I kept thinking like, okay, he dropped out of college. That's why he's really mean to me. That's why he tells me all of my ideas are dumb or stupid or that he can come up with better. That's why like he tried to force or well, he did convince me, but like over and over and over again for months. Let's start this business. Oh, I grew up north. Yeah, I was like the second like highest grossing 420 seller, blah blah blah. Yeah, my mom like consumed it with me, whatever. And this is all before it was legal. It wasn't legal. So yeah, just if you know, you know, or if you watch some of the episodes, especially about his mom, you would see how contradictory and how racist and bigoted she was. Or she still is, but yeah. I mean, maybe she's changed. I doubt it. Especially the last time I saw her and how determined she was to still trying to turn me into a Candace Owens version of a black woman. Never. But so many men will not tell the truth. I don't know if it's because a lot of them are introverts. Oh, no heart is not an introvert. So I know it's not because of that, but I don't know. Some of them, they're just because, okay. I'm gonna do okay a lot in this episode because the tea is hot. A lot of men try to go out with me or they convince me to go out with them but then I see they're holding back and I'm trying to ask questions, but then that's one reason why politically I will not go with anybody that is conservative. I've tried the not political. I'm finding out it's like because I tried to not to, but the liberal guys, I need a liberal makeover. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But yeah, because I don't want the conservative look. And I keep hearing these red pill conservative men talk about what they want in their video. And I'm like, I'm so glad I don't want to be that anymore. I'm so glad that I've never wanted to be that. But with living in a very conservative household, I had to. When I wanted to wear clothes that I wanted to, my mom was like, oh, you're just trying to be nothing but a garden hoe. Yeah. But when I look at the clothes now, I'm like, that's nothing. I wasn't even showing at like, so I think it's kind of funny and amusing now because now, oh, I'm gonna be adding a little pinch of garden hoe. I don't care. I want to live my life. I want to be me. And when men try to, I don't know, the way Mr. Spider just, I kept telling him, when you're like, if you had the church life that I've had and the family life that I've had, this is what I'm used to. This is how I was raised. Do I want this? No. I'm trying to get out. It takes time. But he didn't have any time. He didn't care. He wants what he wants. But then at the same time, after the breakup, that's when he admits they he didn't he didn't open up. He didn't dig deep. He didn't talk much about what needed to talk about. And before and after him, do you know how many men would hide that they've been in the insane asylum? Yeah, my 2025 New Year's date did that. Ooh, he was full of, yeah. And he even told me after the date that he made sure not to tell me until, because he wanted to make sure he had a shot at me. And with a lot of these, even non political men, I asked, who did you vote for? And then they tell me it doesn't matter. And so then I'm like, oh, okay, so then I'm not going to waste our time. We're not compatible. And they're like, no, 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 no. Let's get to know each other. And I'm like, well, tell me who you voted for. And they keep telling politics doesn't have anything to do with the relationship. I was like, oh, so if it doesn't have to do with the relationship, just tell me so I know. Since that doesn't have anything to do with it. And I do that until they block me or they answer me. And 98% of the time, they voted for the orange man. Or they voted for somebody else that was not, you know, Kamala or Hillary. Yeah. Oh, I asked about both. Yeah. I want to know. I'm nosy. I don't care. And I mean Biden too, yeah, but especially when it comes to women, because some, yeah, when I ask, oh, would you ever vote for a woman? Oh, some of them get so upset, so mad. But a lot of these men, they just lie or they hide the truth. And I mean, they'll try to shape it as something else. And some of them will be like, but I really wanted a shot at you. You've lost my interest once I see that you're trying to hide stuff or you're trying to lie to me. Because with even a couple times lately, okay, guys, if you lost some teeth, like Lock a Key had a denture because he had his teeth, and then right after he threatened me to be his girlfriend, he had to go to the dentist, and then they pulled some, and then had a denture in. Yeah, I would never forget that week because he kept screaming and crying like, "You're not gonna love me. You forced me into this. Stop telling like I don't want to love you." No, I never did. I think I had pity for him. I did. I had like, 'cause especially after everything that I went through, and I saw that he had low self-esteem too. So I did pity him. But then I was just pissed at him because then with my education, he didn't want me to get my second master's, and he was threatening me. But he was the liar of all liars because remember, he lied and said he had his high school diploma, but he was on probation. Oh yeah, he was in school at the moment to get his high school diploma. But yeah, he got arrested so many times and stuff, and his judge told him that he had to go to school to get his high school diploma. But he dropped out and he took the GED test twice. I think, yeah, he passed it the second time. But then I didn't know about the probation. I didn't know about the arrest. I didn't know about his addictions. I didn't know about any of that. And even with Mr. No Heart, I didn't know that he dropped out of college. I didn't know about a lot of things, especially things that went with his divorce until after the breakup. Because before he was like, "Oh, I only followed her to like Metro Detroit because of the kids and also the garbage." No, he loved her. He loved this woman. And so when they got married and then they divorced because she cheated on him the first year they were married, even though she was the one that begged him to get married and stuff like that. But he had a broken heart. He used me just like Mr. Spider. He used me just to make his ex-wife jealous. And he hated that I had my education. He hated that I had goals and that I wanted to achieve a lot. His mother hated it. So whenever she said, "Oh, you only got that because you're black," he didn't defend me because, yeah, it's like he only was using me to make his ex-wife jealous. So he's going to allow his mother to pick on me. He's going to allow his mother to bully me or put me down and degrade me and stereotype me and dehumanize me because he didn't love me. And that's one reason why I thought actions speak louder than words. Because, yeah, he said he loved me, but that fool didn't. And they have so much in common. No Heart and Spider have so much in common because they both didn't love me. They both used me to make their ex wives jealous. And they both said that I cannot tell them that they didn't love me. They both wrote it in like their last text message or email. Both said it. That just frustrates me. Because with Mr. No Heart, this is gonna be a two-parter. Oops. But oh well. He wouldn't take me on date nights unless he knew I was about to break up with him or that I was tired of him. And then especially when my mom passed and he refused to go to the funeral, I was livid. Till this day, he thinks that just because he decided to play Disney movies and cuddle up and stuff the 2 weekends after the funeral, that I was just gonna forgive him. I don't forgive him till this day. Every time my friends throughout our relationship invited us to barbecues, birthdays, and stuff like that, he said he didn't want to go. And he told me that since I should love him enough to not go, or I should just stay with him or spend time with him, that if I wanted our relationship to work, I needed to just be with him to the point where I stopped getting invites. Most of them were fake anyway, fake friends or whatever. Most of them thought I was lying about my disability anyway. And that's when they don't know. It's like I didn't announce it on Facebook. I didn't, none of their, like, they didn't care. They said I was a liar, and they put me down, or they said I was jealous of my perfect sister. I applaud her. I can, like, yeah, she's her, I'm me. I'm not perfect. I'm the gray sheep. But I wanted to go to musicals. And I think that's another reason why I'm so glad I went to Hadestown. Is I wouldn't have been able to do that. And then I saw Anne Juliet earlier this year. And then late last year, I saw Hell's Kitchen. And I saw a couple, oh, Anne Hamilton, all of these since the breakup. And I think I saw one more since the breakup, but I'm able to see them again. He told me only gay men and women go to musicals, so he's not going. So when I said I was going to go with someone else, he was like, no, that'll be you're cheating on me. And he knew I wasn't going to go alone, especially because my walking was getting worse. But he lied to me because at the beginning he was like, "Oh, yeah, we can go and do these over there." Like, and even with the kids, I told him I wanted to have one kid possibly and adopt and foster. And he said that was cool and how that was nurturing and giving, and I had a big heart. But then once we were together for about 3, 4 years, he threatened me and told me I'll break up with you if you try to have kids. And I kind of, once he called his daughter's mistakes, like 8 to 12, like over 8 times, but I know specifically 8 times when he called them that. It was a hint, but I thought, okay, we're just gonna be in a long term relationship. I'm gonna have like one. I'm gonna move out into my house, have my own house. He's gonna stay in his house. He thought he was gonna trick me because, well, I'll talk about that. Like, I'll wait until another episode. But it's just so many men try to hide so many things. So many men lie and say what the woman wants to hear in order to try to trap her. And that's one reason now I bring up the conversations most men don't want to have. I bring up and I talk about the things I have, and I make sure I'm like, what about you? Yeah, they say don't talk money on the phone. I don't care. I don't have time to waste. Like men in their 20s and 30s, like, yeah, they fooled me because I mean, I didn't know they were going to lie so much. And then my self-esteem was so low that the devil could say hi to it, you know? I didn't think much of myself because of my walking, because doctors kept telling me I was making it up, I was a liar, and I wanted attention. I thought nothing, so I thought, well, the men have a right to hide it because, I mean, I'm not much. I'm not good enough. I'm just a leftover. And it's sad, but now I'm at a point where I'm like, you know what? No, I'm myself. I'm gonna be me. My parents try to force me into a bubble that I don't fit in. And society or even dating, men try to change me into the mold. No, I'm done. I'm done. So I am a spiritual Christian black woman nerd who will watch anime, documentaries, Disney, pop, political. Oh, they hate the politics tale. Why do you watch politics? Why do you care about politics? That's not ladylike. Then I'm not the lady for you. Do you know how many men? Oh no, all you gotta do is stop that. Why don't you watch reality shows? That's what women watch. That's what ladies watch. That's what my girls watch. When I'm not your girl, then. It's like, it's sad how many men have tried to tell me, you should watch this instead. You should do this instead. And the end of Mr. No Heart, I've mentioned it, but actions speak louder than words. And when you don't text or call your girlfriend in over 3 months, about 4 months, but then you expect her to stay with you, and or you blame it on her at the end, and then you want to start speaking truth or speaking from your heart or spinning lies so that you can look like the good guy. Do you know, like, so many men do that? They spin things, they say things that don't make any sense because you're just like, were we in the same relationship? Were we dating each other? We couldn't have been dating each other because what you're saying is a bold faced lie. Oh, but I keep running into that, especially with the guys that are trying to talk to me now. I've mentioned it on the Nerd channel, but there's a guy who will not smile. A guy who, oh my, like when he ate, like I I think he's trying to hide that he doesn't have frontal teeth. But part of me, I feel like, okay, if I told my truth, I can't hide my disability. But this is not the first time, because like I said, oh yeah, lock a key. I already told that, but no heart. He yanked out. I was at his house one of the nights. I was in bed, and next thing I know, I hear him yelling, and I wake up, and I just see him at the edge of the bed with pliers. He's pulling out his tooth. I got up and I went to work. I went to go teach that more, like, 'cause I was trying to ask, but yeah, he just waved his hand at me very aggressively and meanly and just went back to the tooth and start yanking. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.